Welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name. So hold on to your hats because it's time for liftoff.
10,
Let's
9,
go,
8,
folks.
7, 6,
We've got a
5,
date with destiny.
3, 2,
Here we go.
1, 0. Ignition.
Come on, folks. I need all your energy
Liftoff.
today. Give it to me.
30 minutes after the hour.
Yes, we can.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your
And
hats.
get ready for the ride of your life.
The show with no. It's show with no name time. On Fun Radio. It's a show with no name. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, all aboard. All aboard, show with no namers from all around the world, wherever you're tuning in from. If you'd like, today when you send us a message in the chat, tell us where you're tuning in from, and we are gonna send you a little shout out. So whatever corner of the globe you're learning English from, we'd love to hear from you. As you guys know, we are located in Madrid, or Madrid, as some people say. Madrid. I always thought that was a funny pronunciation. So let us know. I know we've got people in Valencia. That's Born to Iron Man, right? We've got people in the north. Oh, wait, Valencia, Anix as well. Well, guys, let us know where you're tuning in from, and we'll send you a shout out. In fact, I'm excited to discover a new corner of Spain that I've never been to before. And it's in Murcia. It's San Javier. I don't know if are there any aviation buffs listening right now? But it's an air show. It's called the San Javier Air Show, and it's in Murcia, in San Javier, and we are going for the weekend. The coolest part, I've never been there. My student, Patricio, is from there, so he's going to be a great host. And I love planes, I love the beach, and I love discovering new places. So for all you aviation geeks, it's the first year. It's the San Javier Air Show, and it's happening for the first time, and it won't be the last. And in fact, a lot of people asked, hey, why wasn't there an air show there sooner? Because those of you, and I know we've got a lot of people in the aviation industry that follow us because, well, it's an industry for people who need to know languages in general. And so this is where the Patrulla Águila, the famous Patrulla Águila, does their training. So it's only logical that there should be an air show there. And it's not only going to be an exhibition of Spanish aviation, but there are going to be people visiting from around the world. So just to let you guys know, in case you didn't know about it, it has nothing to do with Vaughn, but as you guys know, I'm an aviation buff, and I love Spain, and I love discovering new places. And Murcia, here we come. And I'll tell you something. It was really easy to talk my wife into it, convencerla, because I said, babe, we're going to go to an air show. And she's like, okay. And I was like, on the beach. Okay, all right. Then she started paying attention. She leaned in, no, se incorporó, se inclinó hacia mí, like, all right, you got my attention. And then I said, well, my student Patricio, he's one of the organizers. He's working with the organizing committee and the local government. And, we can eat at a good restaurant. And she said, okay, sure. When is it? And I said, woohoo! Woo! So we will be there. It's going to be awesome, especially because it's a first. It's my first time in Murcia, and specifically in San Javier. Well, unless you count IKEA, or as we say, IKEA in Murcia, but that doesn't count. Then, does that really count? I literally went into the IKEA for like 7 hours. I got lost in there, and then I had to rush back to Madrid. So I've never been to Murcia, and it's the first time this air show has ever taken place. It's coming up. Let me check the calendar. If you guys are interested, you can find the information. It's, as I said, San Javier Air Show, and it is the weekend of the 3rd to the 5th. The 3rd to the 5th, which is not this coming weekend, but the following one. So all you Av geeks who follow us, well, get ready. It seems like it's going to be a blast, and hopefully I'll see you there. And folks, let's kick off just to remind you a little bit of this week's question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right. All right, amigos, from time to time, we've got to remind ourselves and each other why we're here, why we're doing what we're doing every day. So here it is, folks, this week's question of the week. I think it's a great one. I urge you all to participate. And a nice round of applause to everybody who has already. You know who you are. You rock. So this week's question is when, just because I want to know how long you've been at it. Mira, to be at it. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas en ello? I want to know how long you've been at it. So when did you start learning English, or when did you decide? That was the real question. When did you decide to start learning English, and why? Why are you learning English? It's good to sometimes go over our objectives, or as we call them in the acting world, our super objectives, because I want to be a better communicator. Boom. I mean, that's good in any language, isn't it? I want to make more friends. I want to get a better job, whatever. Or I just like languages. Like me, I didn't realize when I was learning Spanish as a child, I didn't realize it was going to open so many doors. I was just fascinated by learning different words and being able to talk to different people. So see, sometimes there's, we try and say, oh, it's going to make my life. Sometimes it's just awesome to learn about different people and learn different sounds, expressions, flavors, smells, and that's part of learning a language too. When you go to a different place, it attacks the 5 senses, if you will. So send me a 1-minute voice message. You can send it to alonso@grupovon.com. It's alonso@grupovon.com. And keep it at around a minute. Introduce yourself as always and tell us when you decided to start learning English and why. Maybe that has changed. Maybe the reason you started is not why you're at it now. Let us know. Send it to me before this Thursday evening, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you amigos. Also, I've got another event for you. So we've got the air show I just told you about in San Javier. Has nothing to do with Vaughan. Well, we are celebrating Dia del Libro here at Vaughan, and we've got a special event. Mark your calendars. It's Friday, April 26th, as of 5 p.m. Again, mark your calendars. It's this coming Friday. Is it this one? Yes, this coming Friday. It's Dia del Libro. You can come celebrate Dia del Libro with us. It's going to be at Colegio Estudiantes de las Tablas, which is here in Madrid. And we're doing something called Adopta un Libro. I think it's a cute name. Adopt a book. All right. And then there are also going to be storytellers. And what is a storyteller? You know it. Cuenta cuentos. Ximena Holiday is going to be there telling stories. There are going to be some other storytellers there as well. And it's a free event. It's awesome. And what we've got is where you can grab a book. You can take a book home with you just for showing up. All right. Then you can enjoy the stories. It's perfect for the kids in Madrid this coming Friday, the 26th of April. And also, we're going to have a lot of special deals on books. And that's because we're going to take those profits, we're going to take that difference, and we're going to donate it to a charity, an NGO. So do it for a good cause. Do it to hang out with Ximena Holiday from Test Your English. It's at Colegio Estudiantes. It's in Las Tablas in the north of Madrid. And the event kicks off at 5 p.m. and it goes till 6:30 p.m. And Anna's going to be there. She's going to be doing some storytelling. And Ximena's going to do some storytelling as well. You'll get a free gift, a book. You'll also get some really special deals. And the most important part is it's for a good cause. If you can't make it, and you know people in Madrid with kids, with families, you can find it on Vaughn's social media. In fact, that's where I'm reading the information from right now. From Vaughn's Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow along. It's Grupo _ and you can get all the information. And those of you who don't have social media, well, we'll see you on the 26th of April at 5 p.m. at Colegio Estudiantes in Las Tablas de Madrid with Ximena, Ana, free gifts, storytelling. I mean, what a wonderful way to wrap up the week, acabar la semana, and to celebrate World Book Day. Feliz Día del Libro. As you know, it was yesterday, but we're celebrating it all week long. And if we could, we would celebrate it all year long. So join us the 26th of April. And if you can't make it, and you know people in Madrid who can, spread the word. Thanks a lot, amigos. And if you're looking for materials, you know you can go to Grupo Vaughn. No, well, actually, if you're looking for materials, vaughntienda.com, and take advantage of the special deals as well. All right, amigos, it's time for today's Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. It is our pop quiz. And, well, we look at all different things here, usually things from materials that you can pick up at the Vaughan Tienda. As I said, we've got a lot of special deals going on right now. And today we're going to be looking at something from Conversaciones en Inglés. You've got 3 books in the collection. It's awesome because it really gives you all different situations. It gives you native conversations. And this way, you're not just listening to words or idiomatic expressions, but you're listening to them in context. As always, you'll hear all different accents. And in each book, so there are 3 books in the collection. You can get them separately or you can get them all together. But more than 3 hours of audio. So that's 9 hours of audio in 3 books, and each book is $14.95. And that is really an awesome deal. $14.95. And if you get Conversaciones en Inglés Number 2, the intermediate level, well, you'll find yours truly on the cover. Yours truly, un servidor. And you've got Jimena on the cover of the third one and Julia on the cover of the first one. But it's not, guys, don't judge a book by its cover, because then you'll definitely buy the books, especially because of the ladies. They're lovely. Maybe if you look at the second one, you'll be like, oh, maybe I'll skip that one. But if you have to judge a book by its cover, juzgar por apariencias, these books, these materials, these resources are as good as they look, even better. It's Conversaciones en Inglés 1, 2, and 3, available now at Von Tienda. Let's give it a listen, and then, as always, I'll have a mission for you, amigos.
Hi, Patrick. Is your mom there?
Is that you, Aunt Mary? No, she's gone out for dinner with her workmates.
Okay. Can you tell her I called? What are you doing staying in on a Saturday night anyway?
Haven't you heard? I've been grounded. I'm not allowed to go out until further notice.
Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, your mom did say that you had been a little naughty lately, but she didn't tell me what you had done exactly. But whatever it was, I'm guessing that it must have been quite serious.
Didn't she tell you that the police arrested me then?
Arrested? The police? I'm not surprised she's not letting you go out. What on earth did you do?
It's not as bad as it sounds. We didn't do anything too serious. We didn't rob or hurt anyone. We just got a little drunk and did something a little stupid.
Patrick, you're 17 years old. For goodness sake. You shouldn't be getting drunk and getting into trouble with the police. So tell me, what did you do anyway?
Well, we got drunk and then decided to get on a train and go to the centre of London. But we missed the last train home and didn't have any money left to get a taxi.
That sounds stupid, but it doesn't sound like anything that you deserve to be arrested for.
But then we decided to walk down the train tracks and follow them all the way back home.
Now that was stupid. You know that there are trains running all night, carrying post and industrial materials. You could have got yourself killed.
That's what the police said. They were waiting for us when we arrived at the first station. They arrested us for being on private property, and then they phoned our parents to come and pick us up. Mum wasn't very happy, I can tell you.
I'm not surprised, and she's right to not let you go out for a long while. If you're going to drink, which I know kids start doing at your age, then you have to act like an adult and be responsible. You're a bright kid, Patrick. Start acting like one.
¿Quieres estar al tanto de todas nuestras promociones en la Vaughan Esfera? Well, now you can be in the loop. Puedes estar al tanto. Puedes enterarte de ofertas, novedades y eventos. Y mucho más. Puedes encontrar todo eso en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Eso es, en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Ahí tendrás toda la información de última hora. Guárdalo como favorito. grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And stay in the loop. That's right, folks. More information at grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. And you can also get all that information by following us on social media. Get more information about Friday's event and all that jazz. All right, amigos. Well, that was from Conversaciones en Inglés. Again, you can pick that up for just under $15. And that's just one little chapter, one little section of this book. All right, let's see if you guys got the key vocabulary I wanted you to get from it. Now, the first one, the word in Spanish is castigado. Okay? Castigado. That is the first one. The mother says something about castigado. I don't just want you to give me the word. You know that. If you don't know that by now, Si no sabes eso ya a estas alturas, if you don't know this, la canción va, if you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. But if I changed it to, if you don't know that by now, then you will never, ever, ever know that. Sorry, I can't take music out of my mind. All right, amigos. So the first one, you've got to use it in context. Use castigado. Maybe you can think about a time when you were castigado. All right, the second one, there was another expression there. And this one was also said by the mother, I believe. And it was until the next announcement, que nunca se diría, you would say in Spanish, hasta próximo aviso, excuse me, or hasta nuevo aviso. It says here on word reference. So it's hasta próximo aviso o hasta nuevo aviso. And of course, don't just give me this collocation, but use it in context. And the last one, the mother, and I think it was the mother again who said, ¿Qué demonios? So use that structure. ¿Qué demonios? ¿Qué cojo? Obviously, there are many ways to say that. It's a way of expressing shock, right? So, ¿qué demonios? I think that would be the best ¿Qué carajo has hecho? Maybe? I know you don't use the word carajo here in Spain, unless you're talking about a carajillo. Isn't that like a coffee with brandy or something? Oh, man. All right, let's go on over to our virtual classroom, see who's on board. Show with no namers. What's up, David? David, front row center. There he is, ready to rock at the wheel, al volante. He says, good morning, Alberto and mates. Good morning to you, David. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us. Durani, what's up, Durani? Who has been kicking butt and taking names? Durani, don't think we haven't noticed. Oh, yeah, we've definitely noticed. Greetings from Madrid, but I was born in León. Well, Durani, I've never been to León. I've been to the province, but I've never been to León, the city. And I'm dying to go. And everybody tells me it's awesome. So I'll tell you something. I'll take any recommendations. I don't know when I'll get there, but man, there's another place that I haven't been to that I haven't discovered. Jerez, there's another one. I mean, unless you count the bus station. But do bus stations count? No, right? The same as Murcia. Does the IKEA count? No, that's not Murcia. That's the IKEA in Murcia. You know, it's not too different from the IKEA in San Sebastián de los Reyes here in the north of Madrid. I think that's where it is. I don't know. I avoid those places like the plague. Although sometimes you got to go. Sometimes you got to get a few things. But, man, those places are a maze. We say the word labyrinth, but it's much more common to say the word maze. All right, amigos? Let's see. There's Born to Iron Man, somebody who always amazes us. Hey, they're homophones. Do you know what amazes me? A maze that I used to go around when I grew up. Do you know what amazes me? The maze from The Shining, del Resplandor. Hey, as always, amigos, we're playing with words here. Great to have you, Born to Iron Man. There's Elena. Elena's ready to rock, as always. Hello, Elena. She says, the time has come to say fair's fair, to pay the rent now, to pay our share. Oh, no, wait. See, there I go again. My mind goes off on a musical tangent. Elena says, the time has come to rise and meet the day. So good morning, everybody. I'm tuning in, te falta el in, I'm tuning in from Orense, lush, beautiful Galicia. Oh, Galicia. I've been to Galicia, but there's so much more to discover. Oh, man. You know what? That's why I wanted you guys to tell me where you're listening from, just to know where I have friends. All right, friends. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our pop quiz. We've got Say What Soundbite, Spelling Bee, and so much more. So, stick around. Hello, hello, welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. I can't believe it, but we are in part 2 of today's show with no name. Jeez Louise. As you say, madre mia. Holy cow. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Or as my brother-in-law Christian says, oh my ghost. I think he saw the word gosh, G-O-S-H, y en su cabeza vio la palabra ghost. Pero es, oh my gosh, G-O-S-H. Si no quieres, if you don't want to take the Lord's name in vain, which I understand. My mom, for example, she doesn't want to take the Lord's name in vain. Hallelujah, amigos. It's the show with no name. And man, we've got a lot of stuff to cover in this part of today's show. We're going to listen to the Say What Soundbite. We've got our pop quiz, spelling bee, homophones, and so much more. And just a quick reminder, this coming Friday, you've got a date with us at Las Tablas at 5, from 5 to 6:30 p.m. More information, if you're following us on social media, we've got it posted all over the place, even on LinkedIn, or as you guys say, and it makes my ears bleed, LinkedIn. Oh my goodness. You know what I said the first time I heard somebody say LinkedIn? I said, say what? Say what? What? All right. It's the Say What Soundbite. Okay, amigos, you know what to do here. I'm going to play this for you 4 times here on the show. That means you'll get 4 chances to jot it all down. I think it'll be pretty easy today, but I'll leave it in your hands. Now, you've got a couple different jobs here. First and foremost, you've got to pay attention. Then you've got to take notes, or at least get a general idea of what you heard and relay that information back to me. Luego me lo dices a mí como si yo no lo hubiese oído, as if I hadn't heard it. So you got to say, well, I just heard a guy who was fighting with his mother, and it seems like he's very hurt. No, está dañido. I don't know. I'm giving you a general idea. You guys know what to do. You know the drill, as we say. And hopefully somebody will be able to get it after the 4th listen. This is the first listen.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold out until 10. And it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot.
All right. There you go. Whoa. The last word. Well, no, I'm not going to give it to you. I think you got it. It ends with a T, just in case I cut it off a little bit there. Maybe when I edit it. And when I edited it. Toma, di esa palabra. When I edited it. Es que me cuesta hasta a mí. Vamos a decir esta frase, a ver si te sale. This is the total tongue twister here. I told him I'd edited it. Le dije que lo había editado. I told him, me como la H, I told him that I'd edited it. Porque es edited it. I told him that I'd edited it. If you can say that in English, you pass the class. I don't even know if I can say it again. Como decimos, when we say something that's hard to say, we say that 5 times fast. Di eso 5 veces en plan rápido. All right, well, here we go, folks. Here's the second listen of today's Say What soundbite.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold out until 10. And it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit. That's right, folks. You've got tons of great materials, including 5 books that I personally wrote either by myself or with Damian Moya, my partner. And also, don't forget, Ximena is going to be reading the Disney Vaughn collection on the 26th. She'll be reading some different books that she's chosen from that collection. So stop by. Pásate. It's at Las Tablas. I forget the name. I can give it to you really quick here. Let's see if I've got it. Colegio Las Tablas. See what happens when... I'm going to tell you in 1 second. I've got it right here on hand. And it is... Here it is. It is Colegio Estudiantes Las Tablas from 5 to 6:30 p.m., an awesome event for the kiddies. All right, let's see. Elena's participating in our pop quiz. Hello, Elena. How's it going? She says, you're grounded, my boy. That's the word, castigado. You slapped your little sister for no reason. Great context and great usage of the word. You are grounded, young man. Frase hecha. My boy, you slapped your little sister for no reason. All right, let's see. Elena says, lifts won't be working until further notice. All right. Until further notice is the collocation. And you can even say till. Eso es como lo diría yo, porque el until siempre se puede acortar a till further notice. But that's great. Until further notice. Elena, so far, so good. Let's go 3 for 3. She says, what on earth were you thinking about when you stole that phone? Excellent job, Elena. You're on fire. All right, Chris Valrol. She's taking a stab at it. She says, morning, guys. Maybe I have to go pick up my mother in a little while. Turani, my family is from León and Asturias. It's a small world after all. Sing it. World after. Were you singing? It's a small world after all. It's a small world. We went on that ride at Disney last weekend with my daughter. But I'll tell you something. After 5 minutes of that song on repeat, it'll drive you crazy. My wife even had a nightmare. And there are people who have been trapped on that ride because they had to, for safety reasons, shut down the ride. And the soundtrack kept going, and they felt like they were going to hang themselves. It's a world of laughter, a world of fear. It's a world of love and a world that's dear. I know you say the world is a handkerchief. El mundo es un pañuelo. But we say quite literally, it's a small world. Awesome, Chris. Maybe your cousins, distant cousins. Durani says, my sister stayed out until this morning, and she's grounded for a month. Great job. Number 2, we don't work at night shift until further notice. The only thing I would say there is change the at to the. We don't work the night shift until further noticed, or we won't. So until further notice, excellent job. And the night shift, el turno de noche. You've got the day shift, you've got the night shift, and then the craziest one of them all, the graveyard shift. The graveyard shift is el turno de noche, madrugada, where you finish at 6 a.m. So great. Excellent job. And the last one, what on earth are the children doing? Everything is a mess. Wonderful job. Elena and Turani. Turani also says, oh, Chris, I love Asturias too. And Alberto, you should go to León. Oh, yeah, it's on my list. I just need money and time. If anybody has any extra money for me or any extra time, send it my way, please. Chris Valrol says, you're punished until further notice, little boy. Great. Punished is a synonym. It's at least in the United States, Chris, it sounds more common to say grounded, which is the same as saying en tierra. If you think about it, right? Planes can be grounded, anclado, en tierra. They can't move. They're not in service. Estás cao, fuera de servicio, if you think about it. Also, we use the word grounded to say your theory is not grounded in fact. Tu teoría no está basado, fundamentado en hechos. It's not grounded. Also, if somebody calls you a grounded person, it doesn't mean that you're castigado. This means you are down to earth. And that means con los pies en la tierra. Okay? Piénsalo, pies en la tierra, grounded, ¿no? Estás conectado a la tierra. See, if we think about the idea behind the words, they make sense, and the chances, the odds of us remembering them will increase dramatically. So great, you're punished until further notice. I love it, Chris. You put them both in there. And the last one, what the hell you did. Hang on a second. Seria, what the hell did you do? Right? What the hell did you do? Unless you put it in an indirect question, tell me what the hell you did. Entonces es otra cosa. But right now you'd have to add, what the hell did you do? Great job, Chris. You're not grounded. Born to Iron Man says, I hope I don't have to ground my child for getting drunk. Great. Number 2. You don't have to come to work until further notice. Really? He says, wow. Yeah, that sounds like you're you're being let go. You don't have to come until further notice. Oh, man. All right. And the third one, Born to Iron Man says, what on earth were you doing as we were trying to contact you? Wonderful job. Really good job, folks. All right, let's see. We've got our Say What soundbite over here. We've got a few people telling us what they heard in their best English. Let's see what our students have to say. Elena, she says, what we just heard was a woman screaming at the top of her lungs. Did you smell that? Did you hear it? Did you feel it? It's a totally native at the top of her lungs. I think you say a pleno pulmón, or am I making it up? What we just heard was a woman screaming at the top of her lungs, going through the roof and totally out of her mind. Wow, hang on. To go through the roof es perder los papeles. And to get really, really angry. And totally out of her mind. Bad mouthing, another totally native. You really got the idea of the exercise, Elena. Excellent. Bad mouthing, hablando mal de. Bad mouthing a woman who is supposed to be holding on to God knows what. Solo te falta el tú ahí. Excellent job, Elena. Wow. That's what I call going the extra mile. Dando más de lo que se espera de ti. To go the extra mile. All right, Chris, another student who always goes the extra mile. And Chris says, I heard an American woman, I think. She wasn't too sure there. Well, I like that, Chris. You're really good at expressing yourself. Because, well, I'm not sure. That's good. It's okay to have doubts, guys. Remember, we're human, all of us, even in our own language. Creo que fue así. So that's good, Chris, because it makes you natural when you speak. I heard an American woman, I think. who is pretty mad. And you know what? Don't think I didn't notice. You didn't say very mad. Estoy cansadísimo, harto. I am sick and tired of my students saying Betty. And because if you're going to say very, then say very. But if you say Betty, then just say really. Porque además es la que usamos. Or pretty, bastante. So great. That's pretty good. That's pretty native, Chris Valrol. So she says, who is pretty mad. She's yelling at someone because she wants that person to understand something. She thinks that person has to do something. It's time. Es la hora. All right, Chris Valrol knocking it out of the park as well. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. All right, well, we've got to move on right now, so we're going to go to an extremely challenging section of the show. Today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
All right, amigos, this is your Spelling Bee, and this is round one. As always, our Spelling Bee is a tough one. And let's see, today, it's going to be, there's some numbers in there. So, be forewarned, prevenido, that it might not be that easy, especially in the first round when I race through it. Cuando voy, vamos, a mil por hora, as you say. All right, so here we go. Let's capitalize the first letter of every word, and we'll see how you guys do. Again, all these words have a common thread. They have something in common, and hopefully you guys will be able to figure that out too. But the important part is just being able to jot them down. The first one is WOOL, WORTH, space BUILDING. The second one is 233, space DWAY. The third one is TRIBECA. The fourth one is CASS, space GILBERT. The fifth one is 55, space STOREY, space SKYSCRAPER. This is even difficult for me, guys. And number 6, NEO-GOTHIC, space STYLE. And here's a little clue. These spectacular spires sometimes inspire us and astound us while we stare in awe skyward at their sheer size. Ever since Otis invented the elevator, the sky's the limit when it comes to erecting these iconic, towering structures. However, it wasn't always easy. Many lives have been lost and many lessons learned as we build our modern-day towers of Babel higher and higher. Join me as we discover skyscrapers on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info.
Inglés.
You got it. That's right, folks. Skyscrapers. That episode came out pretty recently. After it, you got English and music, teeth, and coming up this Friday, we're going to take a look at fashion. Oh, yeah. Ooh la la. I'll give you a little clue to the fashion, a little teaser. I used the sample, I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. The catwalk, la pasarela. Looking forward to that episode because you guys are going to hear me like a fish out of water. Hey, I don't know very much about fashion, so it was a comical episode to say the least. So, all right, what have we got to do? We've got to take a look at our spelling bee to see if anybody figured it out. Let's see. Born to Iron Man is taking a stab at it. Born to Iron Man, the first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one's correct. The fourth one's correct. Oh my goodness. The fifth one is correct. And oh no, no, no. Oh. The sixth one is also correct. Wow, wow, wow. And it looks like Chris Valrol, you got it as well. Even guys, it was exactly at the same time at 11:25 a.m. Congrats, superstars. You rule. All right, well, we've got to run to a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we've got our homophones. We've got our Say What soundbite. We've got to listen to our Spelling Bee round 2, movies, music, and so much more. So, say it with me, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 3 of today's show with no name on Vaughn Radio. A place where English is exciting. You can learn English all day, every day on our app. Download it. You can get it at the Apple Play. What is the store? The Play Store. Wherever you download your apps, you can get it for free. It's Vaughn Radio, and you can start your day with Rob Grams and the Pro Bow Show. You got Richard Vaughn Live. Right before this show, No Excuses with Fitz. And after that, this wacky guy. You might have heard of him. Alberto Alonso. Yeah, that's his name. Then you've got Jimena and Nacho in Test Your English, followed by the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. Then you've got Speak Up with Ruby. Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. Don't forget about the legend Dave Boys and his eclectic, energetic The Salad. You got Kyle Miller challenging you on your drive home in drive time. And kick back and have a cocktail with your amigo Chris Frank in Frankly Speaking. And folks, it's time for Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones, the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no homophones.
Showing no
All right, let's take a look at these tricky words over here. As always, I'm going to give you 2. You're going to tell me what they are in English, and then you're going to tell me if they sound exactly the same or not. No way, Jose. All right, the first word is to pull something. So I always think of a bigger truck pulling a car, right? If you park your car illegally, they can pull it. They can take it away. Remolcar, llevarse, okay? It's to pull something, to tug it. Si nos referiríamos al barco que hace esto, it's called a tug boat because it tugs it. To tug, TUG is the same as to pull. But I'm not looking for the word tug. I'm looking for a different way to say it. So it's remolcar, llevarse, arrastrar, remolque también. And yeah, there are other meanings as well, but we'll take a look at those in just a moment. The second word is dedo, but I don't mean finger, dedo de la mano. I mean dedo del pie. So the first word, remolque, remolcar. It's a difficult word for me to say, llevarse. And the second one is dedo del pie. What are those 2 words, and do they sound exactly the same? Also, here's your Say What soundbite for the 3rd time.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold on until 10, and it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot.
Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. There are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. More information over at grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. All right, let's take a look over here. We've got a couple fronts open. We're going to take a look at today's homophones. And let's see. Elena says, wow, you pulled that off. Great word there, Elena. Lo lograste. You pulled that off, referring to the spelling bee that Born to Iron Man and Chris Valrol got it on the first go. But I still owe you a second round. But let's wrap up the homophones first. Born to Iron Man's the first one to participate. And Born to Iron Man, those are the correct words. And he says they sound alike. All right. Elena, those are the correct words. And Elena agrees. She says, I'd say they are. Chris Valrol says, and are homophones. Okay, so right now, 3 for 3. All right, well, you know how we solve this once and for all? I just say the words. Okay, toe. I'm going to say one word. You tell me which one. Toe. Toe. Did I say the first one or the second one? Or both? That's right, I said both. That's because they sound exactly the same. When you don't know which one I said, because there's no context, it could be either one. So the first word, T-O-W, pues una grúa, we call it a tow truck, right? Because it tows your car. So here's, let me give you an example. The car was towing a caravan. Now, el verbo que te llevan el coche, que te lo, sí, se lo llevan, I got towed. So it's, empleamos el get, el reflexivo. My car got towed. I got towed. Como veis, es un verbo regular. So remolcar, remolque, a tow truck. Also, in tow. Si ponemos in tow, significa acompañado de. So he arrived at the party with all his friends in tow. No, en compañía, en remolque, we would say, right? Also, a rope tow is on the ski slope. So you've got a ski lift, which is el telesilla, but a rope tow is el teleski, right? The thing that you have to hold on to. Ooh, man. Why? Because it's literally towing you up the hill. We already said tow truck es una grúa. A tow-away zone, muy importante esta, si estás en Nueva York, zona de aparcamiento prohibido. As I said, in New York, we don't joke around. There are signs that say, y te lo juro, I swear to God here, don't even think about parking here. So, ni se te ocurra, ni pensar, ni se te cruza en la cabeza la idea de aparcar aquí. Like, go ahead, I dare you. So there you go. And the second word, tow, right? Tow. And it's funny because that's one of the funniest mistakes I encountered when I started teaching English. I'd be like, okay, I have 10 fingers. And my students say, no, 20 fingers. I'm like, what, whoa, hang on. 20 fingers? Well, something's not right here. And then I realized, I guess I never knew the word that they were called the same. Because I always knew dedos were fingers, but I didn't know dedos del pie. I guess, not as common since you don't use them as much. You don't use your feet as much as you use your hands. So toe is and you know it. You know how you know it? If you don't know this, it's a classic. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Right there, you got 6 or 7 different body parts. All right, amigos, wonderful job. In the homophone section, let me give you round 2 of today's spelling bee. All right, these words all have something to do with skyscrapers, obviously, since I played the FYI skyscrapers intro. All right, the first word is WOOL. WORTH space BUILDING. The second one is 233 space BROADWAY. The third one, TRIBECA. The fourth one is CASS space GILBERT. The fifth one is 55 space STOREY space SKYSCRAPER. And the last one is NEO dash or hyphen GOTHIC space STYLE. ¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
Brilliant!
You know it, folks. More information about that and all the different things we've got on offer. Just go to grupovon.com/cursos destacados. Also, remember to follow us on social media. All right, let's take a look. So these words all had to do with skyscrapers. And one skyscraper in particular, I'm talking about the one and only Woolworth Building. And that building was opened today in 1913. And I know what you're thinking, the Woolworth Building? Well, if you consider yourself a skyscraper buff, then you definitely know this building. It is a building that is one of the early skyscrapers in the history of skyscrapers. It's located in Lower Manhattan, and it is still, now listen to the year I told you. Let me repeat the year. Today in 1913, it opened its doors, okay? It is still, it's not only that it's still standing, no es que sigue de pie, and it's still in use, but it is still one of the 100 tallest buildings in the United States. And it is absolutely beautiful. If you take a look at these new mega skyscrapers, the ones on Billionaires Row, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you haven't listened to the FYI episode on skyscrapers. Well, in the last 10 years or so, the New York City skyline has been stained, manchado. There are some really super tall, ugly, I guess practical, I don't know, practical, if that's the word, buildings along 57th Street by Carnegie Hall, that area by Central Park South. and it's become known as Billionaires Row. And okay, they're really tall, and if you live in it, I'm sure, your views are unparalleled, but they are ugly. And one of them was even designed after a garbage bin, okay? A trash can, un recipiente de basura. I'm not joking, guys. I'm serious. Take a look at Billionaires Row. It's it's the same thing. We're going higher and higher, but the buildings are ugly and they're having a lot of problems. The tenants, the people who own it, the people who live there, they're having a lot of problems with leaks, with swaying buildings, with weird noises, electricity cuts. And some of these apartments are upwards of 150 million, 144 million dollars or more. I think there was even one for 400. I don't remember the exact numbers. Again, you can listen to the FYI episode on that for more information. But the Woolworth building is still standing, and you can't go to New York. I know you're going to see the Empire State Building and maybe the new World Trade Center and Rockefeller Center. You shouldn't miss it, But this, if you go downtown, this is kind of where it all started in New York. This was one of the big ones. And it's absolutely beautiful. It looks like something out of Gotham City. I guess that's why it's the neo-Gothic style. I know very little about architecture, but I just know that this is what I've noticed about architecture. Old is good, new is bad. Well, no. Old is detail, beauty, inspiration. New is practical and, glass and metal and cold. You get what I'm saying? It's a different style, a different feeling. I guess that's one of the successes behind the Chrysler building. It's absolutely beautiful. The Empire State Building, too. They're not just tall, they're beautiful. And I feel like those new ones are just tall, period. That's it. That's all they got. They're tall. Great, guys. Great job. But the Woolworth building, when they built that, they knew that maybe, I don't know if they knew the effect that building would have. So number one is the Woolworth building. I highly recommend it if you're in New York. The second word is the address, 233 Broadway. Acuérdate en inglés, siempre metemos el número primero. So that's 233 Broadway. And do you know what the word broad means? Amplio. So it's via amplia. And if you didn't know this, another fun fact about New York, I always go off on a tangent when we talk about New York. Broadway is an original trail. So that trail, that road, now it's a road, it's not a trail now, but that was the original trail that the Indians, the indigenous people there used to transport goods. And it was so effective, this route, that when they built the city and the city was urbanized and it turned into what it is today, they used that same route. They decided, hey, wait, don't get rid of this. This is a really good route here. It really intersects the city nicely. So Broadway, even before roads were paved, Broadway was a thing. So that's some cool Broadway history there. Tribeca. I always think of Robert De Niro when I think of Tribeca because he grew up in this neighborhood. Does anybody know what Tribeca means, where they got the name Tribeca from? Here's a little New York trivia from you guys. All right, I'll give you a couple. Let me give you three. You know me, I like to do it in threes. Tell me how they got the names Tribeca, Soho, and Dumbo. Hay tres barrios en Nueva York. Hay muchos, pero tres que tienen nombres interesantes. So Tribeca, anybody know where those names came from? Tribeca, Soho, I'll tell you if not, if you don't know it. And the latest one, Dumbo. Number 4, Cass Gilbert. Cass Gilbert was the person who designed this amazing building, the architect who designed it, and Cass Gilbert was number 4. Number 5, 55-story skyscraper. 55 stories es 55 plantas. You can say 55 floors, pero acuérdate de esto, si lo ponemos delante es un adjetivo. So you wouldn't say it's a 55 stories building or skyscraper. You would say it's a 55-story building. Sin ese, porque eso es el adjetivo. All right. And the last one is the style that it's in. As I said, it's the neo-Gothic style, which I don't know. I know that the Empire State Building is Art Deco, but I know that whatever style it is, it's more beautiful, more opulent than anything you're seeing today. So I'm going to vote for the old school. I may sound like an old fart here, un tío anticuado, but I felt like there was beauty, there was inspiration behind those buildings. And these are like, how much area do we have? Okay, metal, glass. Okay, let's build it. Go up. All right, fine, whatever. Get it done. How much? Good. It's all about, cashing that paycheck, ganando esa pasta. And half of those apartments, here's the sad part, are empty. Yeah, they're bought as investments or, for tax reasons by these billionaires. And they don't even live in these apartments. So you've got some of the most beautiful views of New York, and nobody is enjoying them every evening. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol, she's taking a stab at Tribeca. Tribeca is the triangle below Canal Street. Yes, it is. Tribeca. The triangle below Canal Street. Nice job. Dumbo, down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. Yes. Down under. Yeah, this is a very trendy neighborhood now. And the overpass es el puente, ¿no? Que te lleva. Just remember this. In New York, we've got a lot of bridges. And what do you need when you have bridges? You need access to those bridges. And you need these big spiraling ramps. Why? Do you know how high those bridges are? Okay, because boats have to go under them, right? They have to be able to be navigable, the rivers. So, you've got these amazing, they're just huge, these big loops that lead to the bridge. And you've got them on both sides going in both directions. So you've create some, weird little areas by the bridge where it's kind of, it's darker, I would say, because you're under an overpass. You're literally under the Brooklyn Bridge. So, but also, I mean, that's a prime location. No, es una ubicación perfecta. I mean, as far as, you're close to Brooklyn, where you've got a lot of green areas, and you're close to downtown Manhattan, which is really the more native, the part where more New Yorkers hang out than Midtown. Midtown's more for work, for tourists, right? But you're really a stone's throw from everywhere. And the other one was Soho, not to be confused with NoHo. So Soho is south of Houston. And guys, Houston and Broadway, that's like one of the trendiest. I mean, I remember going there in the 80s and seeing like some of the craziest fashions and some interesting people down there. And that was right there. Soho is south of Houston and NoHo is north of Houston. And it's really interesting because it's spelled exactly the same as the city in Texas where Richard was born, Houston, right? In fact, when we say that famous movie line, we say, Houston, we have a problem. But the name of the street, although it's spelled the same, is Houston. Just an FYI, because a New Yorker, okay, they won't laugh at you, but you won't get your totally native card if you say, where's Houston Street? So just so you know, and another example like that, if you're going down to Texas, you might go to a rodeo, right? You might go see the bulls and the cowboys over at a rodeo, right? But if you go to Los Angeles and you want to go shopping in some swanky shops, well, then you're going to go down Rodeo. se escriben igual. Rodeo Drive, carretera con tiendas pijísimas. Rodeo, a place you go with your cowboy boots. You know, I got to say something. English is an interesting language. All right, amigos, we're heading to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with tons more, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 4. I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. I hope you're having fun here with us on the show with no name. We've got a lot of stuff to cover in this part of the show. We've got our Say What soundbite for the 4th time. We've also got Name That Movie, Famous Birthdays, Name That Lyric, and so much more up ahead, amigos. And don't forget to stay tuned, because you've got Ximena up ahead as well, and her program, Test Your English, where she puts both you and Nacho to the test. And I got to say something, Nacho, awesome job, man. He always rises to the challenge. And remember, you can check out Ximena this coming Friday, the 26th, at Colegio Estudiantes. It's from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at Colegio Estudiantes de las Tablas de Madrid for some storytelling, some free gifts, and you'll be doing something for a good cause. All right, amigos, it's time for today's double trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, amigos. All right, it's double trouble here on the show with no name, and here's where we do a challenge. I was going to say a challenge-lation. Hey, that's a good word. A challenge-lation or a challenge-lation. A challenge-lation or a trans-challenge. Yeah, it's a translation challenge. All right. Okay, well, hey, guys, native speakers get tongue-tied too. What do you think? My brain and my mouth are always in sync? No way. Yeah, sincronizados, in sync. Baby, bye, 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 bye. I'm gonna be a fool for ain't no lie, baby. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah. All right, I'll stop. All right, here we go. Sigue las reglas. Sigue las reglas. Y más te vale mantenerte en tu carril o no pisar pies, ¿no? So, sigue las reglas is the first part. This is going to be I think this one's going to be really tough, to be honest. Okay, so sigue las reglas. I think that's how it said it. Obedece las reglas, cumple con las reglas. Okay. Y más te vale mantenerte en tu carril, lo que viene siendo no pisarle los pies a nadie, ¿no? No entrar en algo que no es tuyo, una responsabilidad que no sea tuya. You use the same exact expression in Spanish. So here it is. It's obedece o sigue las reglas. Y más te vale mantenerte en tu carril o no pisar pies, no pisar los pies de los demás. All right, that's your double trouble. The good news today, it's not a double trouble. You only have to give it to us once. All right, also, let me give you the Say What soundbite. I don't think anybody's gotten it yet, but hopefully somebody will get it after this, the fourth listen.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold on until 10, and it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. More information at grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. If you're looking for some resources for self-study, go to our online bookshop, vaughntienda.com. And if you're looking to learn for free, well, you can just download our app and follow us on YouTube and all our social media pages for little tips and tricks. All right, let's see if anybody got today's double trouble. Elena says, indeed, English is a weird language, understood through tough, thorough thought, though. I love it. It's a great one. I've seen it many times, but I love it. Let's see if you guys can say that sentence that Elena shared. Indeed, English is a weird language, understood through is a través de, vamos por partes, through, a través de, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, tough, duro, difícil, thorough, concienzudo, completo, thought, pensamiento, though, aunque, okay? So English is a weird language, understood through tough, thorough thought, though. Toma. Let's see. Chris says the trans challenge. I like it. The only thing is, it sounds like it could be something else. Chris, I don't know. I like it, though, but I like it. I do like it. Let's see. Elena's taking a stab at our double trouble. Will she get it? I think so. Let's see. You'd better toe the line and don't step on anyone's toes. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable, Elena. You'd better, más te vale. Excellent that you know that structure. You'd better toe the line and don't step on anyone's toes. Muy parecido, ¿no? No le pises los pies. Nosotros decimos los dedos del pie, ¿no? Que no lo has pisado totalmente su trabajo, pero estás como entrando en territorio que no es tuyo, ¿no? If you think about it that way, ojo, you're stepping on my toes there. Okay, so I said it as toe the line, and you'd better not step on any toes, right? To step on any toes is a nadie, right? If you want to say it in general. So excellent, Elena. You'd better toe the line and don't step on anyone's toes. To toe the line, toe is T-O-E, T-O-E, which is dedo. Toe the line, to conform. Llevar la camiseta bien puesta, all right? He toes the line. He's a really good student. No? Here's the example they give us here. The boss told the new employee that he would do well as long as he toed the line. And we looked at the word toe, como dedo del pie. Well, now you know an idiomatic expression with it as well. Two, to toe the line, to follow the rules, and to step on toes. And that means the same as you say in Spanish. To step on toes means to go into somebody else's area. You know, you're sticking your nose in where you shouldn't, and you're getting involved in somebody else's responsibilities. And a lot of times you say, I don't want to step on any toes here, but I thought I have an idea for marketing. You know, it's like, no quiero entrar en algo que no es mío. So I think you guys, again, pisarle los pies might be the equivalent there. In that case, it's really simple to remember. All right, amigos, it's time to move on, though, because we've got to go to the movies.
Name that movie.
All right, folks, it's time for Name That Movie here on the show with no name. And I hope you guys are having fun. I must say, you are doing a wonderful job, all of you, collectively. All right, here we go. Here we go. An underemployed reporter finds himself literally purchased as a toy for a rich, spoiled brat. All right, por partes. An underemployed reporter, un reportero, un periodista que le falta trabajo. Underemployed, not unemployed. Unemployed means he's not working at all. Underemployed, not, barely. There's not a lot of work out there. And he finds himself, you say the same, se encuentra, literally, o sea, esto no es una expresión, purchased, comprado, as a toy for a rich, lo sabes, rico, spoiled brat. And a spoiled brat es un niño malcriado, un mocoso, un mimado, right? Un niño mimado. And do you know where Matt Groening got the anagram for Bart Simpson? Bart, if you switch the letters around, are brat. And what is Bart Simpson? He's a brat. Es un niñato, a brat, you would say in Spanish. If you want to learn more Simpsons fun facts, you can listen to the FYI episodes on The Simpsons. And if you learn nothing from that episode, just learn two things. It's not Mr. Barnes, it's Mr. Burns. And also, it's not the Simpson, it's the Simpsons. O sea, nosotros con ese, y no suena como son, como si lo separamos. It's sin. The Simpsons. Trust me, I've heard it 1,000,001 times. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. Give it up for Chris Valrol. The movie is The Toy. The Toy. And I don't know if this movie is this, could we make them a movie like this these days? I remember loving this movie. One of the funniest jokes ever is in this movie, as far as I'm concerned. Well, first, it stars Richard Pryor. Okay. Prior to him, there were no amazing black comedians. Okay, it's not true. But I just wanted to make a joke with his name. Anterior a él, antes que él. Richard Pryor. All right. He was awesome. Just an amazing. He was also in Hear No Evil, See No Evil. You remember that one? What do you call that one? No me grites que no te oigo, no chilles que no te oigo. Something. Oh man, what a great combo there. You know, those two all together. What's his name? Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. Well, no, this is Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason. And also, there's a funny scene because the kid, well, the last name of the family is Bates, right? Bates. And when somebody's a woman, we say Miss Bates, si no está casada. We say Mrs. Bates, si está casada. We say Ms. MS punto, if we don't know. And for a man, we say Mr. if he's married and Master if he's not. However, Master está anticuado y solo se usa Mr. Ya está. So you get the joke yet? He says, "It is time for your bath, Master Bates. Es hora para tu baño, Maestro Bates, Master Bates, masturba." It's a great play on words. It really is. And again, it's about a white family owning a black guy. I know it's a movie, but 1982, directed by my favorite director, Richard Donner. You guys know Richard Donner, right? Richard Donner. Hello, The Goonies, Lethal Weapon. Are you kidding me? Scrooged. Estos atacan al jefe. Los fantasmas atacan al jefe. I think you call it in Spanish. So yeah. Oh man, I remember cracking up. So let's take a look at the scene from the movie The Toy. Jack Brown, and he's starting to go nuts because he accepts the offer. You know, they say, okay, will you be my son's toy? He's really entertained by you, and I want to make him happy at all costs. And my son gets what he wants. You know, as we said, he's a spoiled brat. And Jack Brown is in this big mansion, and he's all alone, and he's just talking to these stuffed animals, the toy. And he says, "You know why there's a party downstairs?" He goes, "You do, you fellas? Because it's goodbye for you guys. Because they're not going to sell you anymore. They got a new toy to sell. It's called a Jack Brown. Me, the wind-up asshole." And to wind up is darle cuerda. O sea, el capullo que le das cuerda y se mueve, ¿no? So, the wind-up asshole. And I'm going to take over all the stores of America next Christmas. All the kids will be hollering for me, gritando por mí. They're not going to want no teddy bears like you. Nope. They won't want any sad pandas, no. And no tigers or leopards or lions or dumb rabbits. The kids will want a Jack Brown wind-up. "Mommy, I want a Jack Brown wind-up. Susie has one that can play basketball. And Otto has one that can drive a Cadillac. And he's really cute, too. And I just want to pinch his nose. I've sold out to Morehouse, you know. My life is over. I'm going to wind up in this room with all you toys for the rest of my life." So as you can see, he's starting to go nuts. Wacko. All right. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a classic. And let's see, a comedy classic, I should say. Chris Valrol, yeah, no me chilles que no te veo. In English, it's hear no evil, see no evil, que viene de la frase hear no evil, speak no evil. No, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And great movie, too. Wow, what a combo. there. We're talking about comedy heavyweights. And speaking of heavyweights, Elena's taken a stab at today's Say What soundbite. And she says, I'll tell you, all she had to do is hold on and yeah, Elena, it looks pretty spot on. I've got to be honest, it looks like you did a stand-up job. So congrats. And folks, it's time for famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays here on the show with no name, and I've given you a couple clues along the way. Here we go. The first birthday boy was born today in the year 1930, an American actor, director, and producer who passed away a few years ago in 2021. And what can I tell you about this guy? Well, 50 years in the business, and in those 50 years, he has directed The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Fugitive, The Twilight Zone, The Goonies. Oh my God, I just said it all. Scrooged, Los Fantasmas Atacan al Jefe, The Omen, La Premonición, maybe you call it that. Great horror movie from 1976. Superman, the original Superman, the first superhero movie with that ever, that kind of defined the genre to come, that came out in 1978, and also the Lethal Weapon series. And he's also produced as well. He produces stuff for the X-Men franchise as well, and I think he's just awesome. Number 2, let's see if you can fill in the blank here. And then they say somebody's name, that's her. All right, that's not her song, but she's even got an effect named after her. She's got hundreds of songs under her belt in su haber, but there's an effect that if you don't want the media to talk about something, then you should just let it go. And the example was somebody took pictures of her house in Malibu, some pictures from the sky, and she tried to sue that person. And the only thing it did is made more and more people know where she lived and see the picture. So it had the opposite effect. Maybe if she had just ignored this one picture, then maybe nobody would have known where her house was or what it looked like from the air. Potential robbers, no? Criminales, chorizos. So it's called the effect. But man, she's been in so many movies. She's really won every award out there. She's got the EGOT, as they call it, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. So it doesn't get any better than this as far as entertainers is concerned. And another amazing entertainer who was born today in 1934. She is an amazing actress. She's been in so many movies, such as Terms of Endearment, which came out in 1983. Also, Steel Magnolias, Postcards from the Edge, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. She also was in Coco Chanel, and she has won every award out there as well. She really is an amazing actress, and I think everybody knows her name, even if you're not familiar with what role she's played. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our movie queen. Number 1, Richard Donner. Number 2, Barbara Streisand. And number 3, Shirley MacLaine. And Shirley MacLaine, this is Shirley MacLaine in Terms of Endearment. And she is in the hospital begging the nurses for a shot. I guess it's a painkiller. I haven't seen the movie in many, many years. And this is a stellar performance. And she says, referring to her daughter, it's time for her shot. Do you understand? Do something. All she had to do was hold out, aguantar. I'm holding out for a hero, hold out until 10. And it's past 10. Y ha pasado de las 10. She's in pain. My daughter's in pain. Give her the shot. So this is the one and only Shirley MacLaine in terms of endearment.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold out until 10. And it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name the lyric, name the lyric, name the lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name the lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name the lyric only on the show with no name.
Great job, everybody. Wonderful job on today's show. As always, you guys go the extra mile. You go above and beyond. And I know you will continue to do so in our next program right after today's show. Test your English. I highly recommend you give it a listen. I know many of you already are listeners. And don't forget, you can see Ximena this Friday, the 26th. She'll give you more information. You can get it straight from the horse's mouth, directamente de la fuente. And today we're going to look at the Barbra Streisand song, Woman in Love. Oh, Woman in Love. It's a beautiful song. It's got that 70s feel to it, and it put me in a good mood. It goes like this. Life is a moment in space. When the dream is gone, it's a lonelier place. I kiss the morning goodbye. But down inside, you know, we never know why. The road is narrow and long. When eyes meet eyes, narrow is the opposite of wide or broad. We talked about broad before. Ancho, ancho, no. What is the word? Estrecho, right? Narrow and long. I turn away from the wall. I stumble and fall. Me atropiezo. Y me caigo. Really good vocabulary, and the song is called Woman in Love. I hope it puts you in a good mood like it does for me. Thank you so much, everybody. An absolute pleasure. We'll be back tomorrow with more. I promise. Ciao.